when we come together here, we frequently quote Lincoln and what he told us to fulfill our promise to care for those who have served in our nation's military and their families, caregivers and survivors. And one other thing I want to report to you, in addition to our travels to Normandy, is that in the past couple of years we passed the CapCut Act, and then now it is coming to fruition. It's not just about passing a bill under the leadership of Joe Biden, it's about the implementation of it. Many of you know that this was necessary because hundreds of millions of our veterans were affected by burn pits. And this legislation enabled them to just immediately qualify for benefits. And nearly 1 million already have. Another million are in line to qualify. But several 100,000 have already received their benefits. And on top of that, several 1,000 veterans have showed up at the VA who never showed up before, like 750,000. So all of this is in recognition of how much we all owe you, how much we have not lived up to it with the burn pits, for example, and that includes Agent Orange and Badwater at Camp Lejeune and all the rest. But the more we hear from you, the more we know what needs to be done in a very important way. So it is again Memorial Day. It's a day when we honor those who lost their lives. It's also a day when we recognize the service of our veterans. I know there are many veterans here today. You don't have to wave, but we can cheer you to our veterans who are here today. And to our hidden heroes, our caregivers and families who have cared for our veterans. So we have a lot to be grateful for. Today I have on my topic, but I usually have on this pin. And since I mentioned Lincoln, I'll refer to him again. This is a pin that I usually wear, and on it says, "One nation, one destiny." And one country, one destiny. This was what was embroidered in Lincoln's coat the night he died. He probably wore that coat all the time because it looked very familiar. One country, one destiny. And when we see this beautiful flag and we pledge to it, we have the national anthem. I mentioned the Baltimore connection. My national anthem was written in Baltimore. One line in there that I love so much is, "Proof through the night that our flag was still there." Proof through the night that our flag was still there. And as we pledged earlier, with liberty and justice for all. So we have to work together, to come together, one nation, one destiny, to honor the vision of our founders, the aspiration of our children, and the sacrifice of our men and women in uniform. May we all be committed to working together